Welcome to day 131. Today I want to talk about giving. Today I want to talk about how can we make a difference in someone else's life that will benefit them instead of hurt them. Let's raise your hand again. Who needs a car? Who needs a car? Who needs a car? Who needs a car? Oh my goodness!
What I've been praying for.
Hannah needs a car. Hannah, here's your new car. So there's a saying about give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and he can feed himself and his family. So when do we need to just give someone something so that they can, say for instance, if you're really hungry and you're homeless and you really need to eat, you don't really need to teach that person how to eat. You need to give them a meal. But at the same time, if you can feed that person and then teach that person an opportunity of how to make money, then you're teaching them how to fish. So today we got this great experience of being able to give a car to someone that really needs the car. Okie dokie! Let's have some fun. Woo! Yeah. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
So today we're going to get some positive comments, hopefully. Come on around. You ready? Okay. So we have another car. Now, I want to share this. If you do not have a car, and in Oklahoma it's pretty important to have a car. In cities like New York City and Chicago where there's great mass transit, maybe not so necessary. And Uber is also changing the need for a car. But let's say you live in Oklahoma, you don't have a car, you don't have a dependable way to get to work on time. You're relying on friends and family to get you to an entry-level position. You need a car. So what I did in order to find the car, number one, if you don't have a car now and you want to get a car, I recommend that you ask 10 people for 10 days if they have a car that they're willing to give you, or if they know somebody that has a car that they're willing to give you. Now in America, there are a lot of people that have multiple cars, and they have different income levels. Some people have a car that's been sitting in a warehouse, or it's been sitting in their driveway, and it's just an extra car. If you happen upon that person at the right time and you say, do you have a car and you have a real need, you have a real story of why you need a car for free, they might just give you a car. I have not had one person not get a free car within 30 days by practicing asking the question, do you have a car that you would give me? Or do you know someone that has a car that they would give me? Now, I did have one guy and he asked a guy if he had a car that he would give him, and the guy said, no, I'm not going to give you a car. He says, I got a pickup truck, I'd sell it to you really cheap, but I'm not going to give it to you. So he said, well, how much do you want for it? He said, well, it needs a radiator repair. I would sell the truck to you for $150. He bought the truck, he put another $100 in fixing the radiator, and so then he had a truck that had $250 in it. He drove it for a period of time, and he sold the truck for over $1,000. The more we ask, we got to ask people. People have got to know what our needs are. Who needs a car? needs a car.
What I've been praying for, God. Come on.
Oh my goodness!
What I've been praying for.
Hannah needs a car. Hannah, here's your new car. Hannah, it has air conditioning, it has 4 tires, it starts dependably, it's safe, and it's free. 1 free car for Hannah, okay? Now, it's 4 doors, so it's got extra seats, so whenever you see somebody that might need a ride and you can help them out, share your wealth with them, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
I'm so happy to have a car. I know, isn't that wonderful? Yeah. Thank you, Josh.
The more I give, the more I live. When we give to help someone else in need, the better our lives are. This last weekend, I was in Houston, Texas. We finished our meal. It was Saturday night. We finished our meal. We walked out of the restaurant. We made a left instead of a right. To the right was our hotel. To the left, we were just going to take a nice walk and then we were going to Uber back to our hotel. One of the panhandlers came up to me and asked me if I would give him money. Now, he didn't look like the average panhandler. Matter of fact, he looked like a person in his 50s that was a successful business person. He had on nice clothes, he was clean, it looked like he'd recently had a shower, and I got to know him. I asked his name. His name is John. And I got to know him and I talked to him. 5 years ago, he made a decision to quit his job and be the full-time caregiver of his mother who had Alzheimer's. And so for the last 5 years, he'd lived with his mother and he'd taken care of his mother. He let his insurance license lapse. He was an insurance salesperson. He let the license lapse. And so last month, his mother passed away. And when she passed away, he had to move out of that residence. So now he didn't have a place to live and he couldn't go back to selling insurance right away because his license had lapsed. And so he ended up on the street homeless. So we had a discussion and I invited him to fly with me the next morning, Sunday morning, to Oklahoma City to come here to start his life over. I was able to help him to find a place to live. It's $100 a week. I put the $100 up for him to be able to live, and I was able to give him a job at our company. He started work yesterday, Monday. There's a lot for him to learn. He started in an entry-level position, but number one, he has a place to live. Number two, he's around happy, successful people that want to see him to succeed. The more we give, the more we live. Some of you have an extra bedroom or 2 extra bedrooms in your house. Have you considered renting that out or letting someone live there so that they can get on their own feet? Give. Thank you for watching today. Please subscribe. Please share this message with other people. Thank you.